What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm gonna make a video today about how I got my stainless steel sky dweller for at the same price as the authorized dealer on the secondary market. As you know, this is a 5-year waiting list watch. It's going for significantly above retail, but I'm gonna talk about a couple things that I did to get it for about the same price as at the authorized dealer. So before I start, I have to talk about two things. One of the ways that I got it at a lower price is credit card churning. So it's not click and bait. It's just how I did it and how I saved $1,000 or so off the price of the watch. The second thing before we get into the video is, I kind of went back and forth before making this video on how I wanted to do it, right? So do I want to talk about dollars or do I want to talk about percentages? So I'm going to talk about dollars, but I don't want it to sound like this is any type of flex video. It is what it is. I think if I talk about it in dollars, it's going to make a lot more sense. And just a real quick side note, different people spend their money on different things. I don't have to pay for a car. I don't have to pay for insurance. So, if you look at that savings over the period of, I haven't had to do that for 8 years. That's why I ended up getting this watch. Let's jump right into it. I got this watch the last week of July 2019. Stainless steel, white dial, sky dweller. It looks like even now the prices are going for anywhere between 17.5 and scrolling down. I think I saw some earlier for 19 or 20. So I got mine for 16.7. Basically, what I did is I found one online on eBay for 16.7. Then I looked them up, looked at their reviews, 7,600 reviews. Click on it, make sure they're legitimate. It looks like they are. Wanted to make sure they were for about the same type of items, not some penny items to boost their ratings. Most of these are for watches, even though they're not really in the same price range. So it looked legitimate to me. Then I looked them up on Google. I had to do some digging because their screen name is not the same as the name of their business. So fast forward, these are the guys that actually own the store. Did some research on Google, looked at their reviews, looked at their Yelp reviews, went on some Rolex forums and actually found out that a couple people on the forums had done business with them previously. So all in all, I felt pretty comfortable about dealing with these guys. I ended up picking up the phone and calling them, which made me feel more comfortable when dealing with them, but also for a second reason. Getting them on the phone was actually very important. So let's get into the comparison of what I paid for the watch versus what an authorized dealer would charge. First of all, in getting a great price, I found it on eBay actually for $16,793. As we looked at before, this is significantly less, roughly $1,000 less than what they were going for. So number one, I found a great deal. After I called him, Jason, who was helping me, took off $93, so charged me a flat $16.7. Typically, when dealing with these companies online, if you're going outside of eBay, they want to charge you more for using a credit card. Because Jason knew that I had found him on eBay, that wasn't an option. I could have paid that $16,793, used the credit card, and not be charged anymore. So gave me the $93 discount. Paid with my credit card. I've got a Chase Reserve credit card, which I'll talk about here in just a second. But basically, that works out to be about a 1.5 discount, 16,450. If you factor in the credit card sign-on bonus, again, I'll talk about that here in just a second. I got 80,000 points. Works out to $1,200 in value. So final price, if you do the calculation, $15,250 is what I spent out of pocket for the Sky Dweller. Now, if we move over and compare that to what a Authorized Dealer would charge them MSRP is 14.4 on this thing, and that's what you pay. There are no discounts. Here in Florida, 7% sales tax. The price after tax would be 15,408. So obviously a great deal for the watch. I want to talk about credit card churning because that's what I did, and you can do the same thing. And actually, you can probably do better than I did. So here's Chase's website, and credit card churning, if you're not familiar with it, you can do it with just about any credit card. Basically, you're taking advantage of the sign-on bonus. Typically a sign-on bonus, you've got to spend anywhere between $3,000 and $5,000 within the first 3 months. I don't spend that much money typically on a credit card, but in making this purchase, obviously a large sum was used at one time. So I'll put a link in the description below on the links so you can get to it pretty easily. I'm a fan of Chase. Chase has one of the best sign-on bonuses. The Chase Sapphire card, as you see here, gets you 60,000 points. 60,000 points for this preferred card is worth 1.25x. Because I've got a Chase Reserve card, I can transfer that onto my Reserve bonus points and get 1.5x. So this 60,000 points could be worth as much as $900. Yes, there is an annual fee, $95, but obviously $900 is a lot more than $95. I want to show you the offer details for this particular card. Basically, this one says that this product is not available to anyone who has had a Chase Sapphire card previously in the last 48 months. Here's another card. It's the Chase Ink Business Card. The Chase Ink Business Card gets you 80,000 points. Also a $95 fee, but 80,000 points, 1.5x, that's $1,200 as I showed in my calculation. Interesting thing here on the offer details, this is not a Chase Sapphire card, so there's nothing here about how you cannot double dip and use this one at the same time as a Chase Sapphire card. For this Chase Business Preferred card, you do have to have an LLC in order to apply and get this card. If you don't currently have a Chase Sapphire card, and of course if you don't have an LLC, I would recommend getting one of these two, the Chase Preferred card or the Chase Reserve card. Obviously the Chase Preferred card gets you 60,000 points, the Reserve gets you 50,000 points, but in my calculations, the Chase Reserve is how you get that 1.5x. So in my experience, it's worth it even with the higher annual fee, $450 versus $95. I'll put my link below if you're interested in either one of these cards. I want to get back to talking about why that phone call to Jason was so important. The default payment for PayPal when somebody sends you an invoice is that you have to use one of your credit cards linked to your PayPal account and make that payment. What I was able to do was, because I talked to Jason, I asked him to allow multiple payments. In this case, I asked for 2 separate payments. Why that's important is because that's how you satisfy the minimum spend requirements for these different credit cards in order to get your bonus points. That's exactly what I did. If you see here, I paid $37.50 with one credit card. I had another $1,200 already spent on it, so it met my $5,000 requirement. And basically that allowed me to pay the balance with a different credit card. The way you could do better than I could if you wanted to is to sign up for multiple credit cards at the same time, look at what their minimum spend requirements is, and ask your seller to be able to break that payment up into those number of payments. That way you can hit multiple spend requirements and get those bonuses all at one time with this relatively large purchase. So that's it. That's how I did it. That's how I got my Rolex Sky Dweller for less than the price of the Authorized Distributor. If you're thinking to yourself, yes, I could have used these credit card churning tricks and did that at the Authorized Dealer, well, I didn't think to, right? I think the goal was, when I looked at it in the aftermarket, I had such a problem paying more than retail for it that I was looking at different things. And so hopefully this video helps you to be more prepared, that when you're looking to buy this, you've got 2 or 3 credit cards lined up, you've got those bonuses lined up that when you make that purchase, you can take multiple thousands of dollars off the price of the watch. Hopefully this helps. If you liked it, please like and subscribe. I've got some other great content prepared. If you have any questions, please leave it down below. Thanks for watching.